So what if you could prove the entire history of every single critical asset in your operation? I don't mean guess, I mean prove it. What if you had an unbreakable, unchangeable record for everything, giving you, perfect clarity? Well, that's the promise of blockchain-verified asset management, and that's exactly what we're going to walk through right now.
Just picture an environment like this. In oil and gas and heavy industry, you know better than anyone that the integrity of your assets isn't just about efficiency. It's about safety, it's about compliance, and it's absolutely about your bottom line. Every single valve, every compressor, every inch of pipeline has a story. The real question is, can you actually prove it? A simple question like this can trigger a complete fire drill, right? Is it buried in an email chain? Is it on some shared drive? Did the third-party inspector even send the final version? That kind of uncertainty is a massive and frankly expensive pain point. And it's the exact problem we built our system, ALMFlux, to solve for good.
All right, so how do we fix this? Here's our plan. First, we're going to dig into the industrial record-keeping problem. Then we'll talk about a really key difference, a system of record versus a system of verification. After that, I'll show you exactly how our verified ledger works. We'll look at the incredible outcomes you can expect. And finally, we'll cover how you can put all of this into practice.
Okay, Section 1. Let's talk about the day-to-day reality for asset and project managers. If this is your world, you know that managing these complex industrial assets can feel like you're in a constant battle against chaos. So let's break down what that chaos really looks like.
Does any of this look familiar? Asset records are just scattered. They're everywhere. Supplier documentation is inconsistent, or worse, it's just missing. Audits become this frantic, weeks-long paper chase. And all of this chaos leads directly to costly warranty claims and liability disputes, all because there is no single trusted source of truth that every single party can agree on.
And this right here, this quote gets to the absolute heart of the matter. As soon as the record can be questioned, it creates doubt. And that doubt, that's the root of conflict, risk, and just massive operational friction. The solution then is to build a system where the record simply cannot be questioned.
So how do we get there? Well, the answer isn't to rip out and replace the systems you already depend on. No way. It's about adding a new, absolutely essential layer of trust right on top of what you already have.
Think about your ERP, like SAP or Maximo. That's your system of record. It's fantastic for managing your internal processes. It's your company's version of the truth. But, and this is the key, it was never built for verification across boundaries between you, your suppliers, your inspectors, and your clients. That's where a system of verification comes in. With ALMFlux, we create that shared, unchangeable history that all parties can trust, and it connects directly to your existing systems to make everything work together seamlessly.
So, what's the magic that makes this possible? Well, when we say a record is immutable, we mean it is permanent. Once an event is logged on the blockchain, it's cryptographically signed and it is locked in forever. It can't be altered and it can't be deleted by anyone. This is what creates mathematical certainty. This is what ends disputes.
Okay, so let's get practical. How does this actually work on the ground? Here's a look under the hood at how we use ALMFlux to create that single source of truth for your assets.
Our process has 4 pretty logical steps. First, we create an immutable asset DNA. Second, we anchor all the evidence on a secure enterprise blockchain. Third, we enable instant handover and audit packs. And finally, all of this leads to foolproof dispute resolution and ensures the integrity of the asset for its entire life.
So step 1 is to give every single asset its own unique tamper-proof digital identity. For example, when a new chemical injection skid is manufactured, we register its complete DNA, all the project details, client specs, design standards, creating a permanent digital record that's linked directly to its physical nameplate. Next, all the evidence is anchored to that asset's record. So for that same chemical injection skid, your suppliers can upload their signed material certificates, your third-party inspectors log their pressure test results, and your own engineers sign off on fabrication milestones. Each and every entry is cryptographically signed by the party who submitted it. Now this is where it gets really powerful. Instead of spending weeks manually gathering documents for a handover or an audit, our ALMFlux system just automates it. For something like a pipeline inspection, you can instantly generate a full regulator-ready audit pack that has every single report and sign-off, all verified, all in perfect chronological order. And all of this brings us to the ultimate outcome. Imagine a warranty claim on a failed pump years down the line. Instead of a messy dispute, you just point to the immutable, multi-party verified maintenance log. The full history is right there. It's proven, it's undeniable. This is how you achieve real certainty over the entire asset lifecycle. So, what are the tangible business outcomes when you implement a system of verification like ALMFlux? Let's look at the numbers, because honestly, they're pretty staggering.
How about a 99% reduction in audit preparation time? Think about that for a second. That feeling of audit paralysis, those weeks spent chasing down paperwork, it's just gone. With a verified system, you can produce a complete, trusted audit trail in a matter of hours, not weeks. And this one might be my favorite. 0 days to resolve disputes. When every single stakeholder, your team, your supplier, your client, is looking at the exact same unchangeable history of facts, there is literally nothing left to argue about. The evidence speaks for itself.
And here's the thing. Once you have this solid foundation of immutable evidence, it unlocks all these future benefits. This isn't just about solving today's problems. It positions you perfectly for tomorrow's compliance needs, like automated ESG data collection and the new EU Digital Product Passport rules, because you finally have a single, provable source of truth for all your sustainability claims.
So, the final question is pretty simple. How can you actually see what a system of verification like this looks like on your own assets?
We make it really straightforward with a structured 90-day pilot program. We start by scoping just 1 or 2 of your high-risk assets. Then, we move to deployment, where we get the assets registered and integrate your documentation flow. And finally, we validate the results by running simulated audits to measure the time savings and prove the value. It's a really low-risk, concrete way to see the power of this for yourself.
So if you're ready to eliminate disputes, to streamline your audits, and to bring perfect clarity to your operations, the next step is simple. See what a system of verification looks like on your own assets. Start a 90-day ALMFlux pilot with us on one of your high-risk handovers.
You can learn more and get your pilot started right at our website, ALMFlux.com. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to helping you build a more certain future for your assets.